Hey guys, welcome to Animation Level 18's part 4 of the rest of my DVD collection. Let's get started. First, I've got Morgan Spurlock's first film, Super Size Me. This is a really awesome documentary. It's basically about a guy who ate McDonald's all week, and he didn't stop. All month, didn't stop. And it talks about what he went through and how his wife was just ready to kill him. And it's just about what he went through. It's cool. And I'm sure when if you've ever seen this, you know what I mean. There's actually some scenes in this movie who actually goes in and tells you how much calories, how much shit is in that food. But you know what? I liked McDonald's, so I stopped eating it for a while, but I'm now eating it again. So that's Super Size Me. Next is The Express with Dennis Quaid and Rob Brown. A football movie that no one saw. Next, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in Gridiron Gang. Just a bunch of thugs playing football. It's not to like. Next, we've got Jamie Foxx, Chris Cooper, and Jennifer Garner in The Kingdom. This was directed by Peter Borg, the asshole that brought us shit like Battleship. Next, Josh Brolin in W. Just showing it, and yeah. Now we've got Adam Sandler and Chris Rock in The Longest Yard, the remake. Here it is. I bought this from I think a Blockbuster, one of the first to go out of business. The very first in my area. A long time ago. I don't even remember. Now, next is Shooter with Mark Wahlberg and Danny Glover. A very underrated film. Very underrated. Directed by Antoine Fuqua, who did epics like Training Day and Brooklyn's Finest. This is definitely a one I would check out. This is an excellent badass film. Next is Samuel L. Jackson and Kerry Washington in Lakeview Terrace. I love this film. It's basically about Samuel L. Jackson's as a neighborhood watch officer, and one of his kids finds out that there is a kids. Yeah, I think so. I think it's his kids. I don't know. I think so. They find out that his kid's looking through the window late at night one night, and he sees the kid in the swimming pool, seeing that Kerry Washington and Patrick Wilson are in the swimming pool, and it's on their property, and it's all about what happens, and it's just really cool. Samuel Jackson's a badass in that movie. Dennis Quaid, Matthew Fox, Forrest Whitaker, and Sigourney Weaver, and William Hurt in Vantage Point. This is just a Blu-ray. I don't have a lot of them though. Now to an absolute gem of a movie. Denzel Washington and Chris Pine in Unstoppable. This is a really good movie. And Rosario Dawson, I think, makes an appearance too. Excellent film. Too bad what happened to Tony Scott. Too bad. He was a great director. He didn't need to go so soon. Now we've got Leonardo DiCaprio, Russell Crowe, and Body of Lies, a movie that I thought was boring as shit. Don't watch this movie. It's basically them looking for somebody, but you know, it's not that good. It's kind of boring. Definitely one of the weaker movies that those two have been in. Next is Friday Night Lights with Billy Bob Thornton and Tim McGraw. Awesome movie. A movie that I don't really plan on watching. Jonah Hex with Josh Brolin, John Malkovich, and Megan Fox. We got Happy Tree Friends Overkill. This is just a DVD that I bought for my brother. He doesn't want it. I got it from my brother a few years ago. Now we're coming to one of my favorite movies. This is a perfect film that you don't, that no one really has taken notice of how perfect this is, how much of a gem this is to watch on film. Mark Wahlberg, Tyrese Gibson, Andre Benjamin, and Garrett Hedlund in Four Brothers. Awesome film. Very underrated film. It's basically just a modern day reboot of The Sons of Katie Elder. You know, that's really what it is. And I saw Garrett Hedlund. I went to see Dirk Bentley here in LA a few months back, and Garrett Hedlund actually came on to sing with Dirk Bentley, and his voice, I mean, it's just pure country, I swear. You wouldn't know he was an actor. You really wouldn't know, because he really should be a country singer. That's how good he is. He was actually in the movie Country Strong, which I haven't checked out yet, and I've heard it's pretty good. I do like me some country music. Now to another good, really awesome film. Russell Crowe, Ben Affleck, and Rachel McAdams, and Helen Mirren, and Jason Bateman in State of Play. A real good, underrated movie that no one talks about. It's kind of, I mean, it's a long movie, but it's a really, really, really good movie. It's a long movie. It's about 2 hours and 8 minutes, but it's worth it. Really worth it. The next is Rutger Hauer in Hobo with a Shotgun. This is just a really, you know, shits and giggles film where you just kind of have to take a break from reality and just, oh, it's crazy. There's actually a scene, I'm not kidding, where there's actually a guy's eyeball flies off because Rutger Hauer shoots him so much that his eyeball literally falls off. I mean, that's just how crazy and balls to the wall this film is. It's just mad. We've got Jean-Claude Van Damme in Hard Target. What I didn't know when I bought this movie, I think I knew but I forgot, is that this is actually a really bare bones DVD. In the States, we only got this DVD. No features. There's a lot of this film is actually cut out. And the thing about this is that in the UK, they actually get the whole movie. It's uncut. This is actually a cut DVD, and I didn't know. I forgot, I guess, when I bought that. When I bought this, how that was cut. I regret that to this day, because I don't know if my DVD player in the house is actually is region free or not. So I'd love to know how I can tell that, if anyone knows. Next we got Robin Williams in 1 Hour Photo. Haven't seen it yet. It looks really cool though. Robin Williams is a psychopath. He looks like one. That cover. That's why I'm thinking it probably is. Next is the exclusive 3-disc limited edition of Hancock with Will Smith and Charlize Theron. This is just, I just have it because I'm a Will Smith fan. This movie is not very good at all. The only thing that's going for it is Will Smith, and I think it knows it. And the fact we get to look at Charlize Theron. That really is the great thing about that movie. That's very, very limiting though. there's really not that much good about it. If you take it, if those two weren't in the movie, it would be just a real shit film, which it is. But it's also directed by an asshole by the name of Peter Borg, who directed shit like Battleship. Oh God. Next we've got Spider-Man 2. I don't have Spider-Man 1. I have 3. But it's just because my brother really just was trying to clean out his room. He didn't want any of these movies, so he just gave it to me and said, "You can take them." But he didn't want them at all. And he does like Spider-Man, so that's why I was surprised. Now we're coming to another underrated gem. Harrison Ford and Paul Bettany in Firewall. This is really fucked up. Robert Patrick plays a fucked up man in this movie. I swear to God. I swear to God. I mean, actually it's Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany and both of them. All of them just play a... Paul Bettany plays a badass and a fuck up like no other. God, he's amazing in that movie. Now we've got the unrated special edition of the Boondock Saints. I have this, but I know you can get it as a steel book packaging kind of thing, but I got it as like a slipcase. It's like a regular DVD. So that's the Boondock Saints. We got Samuel L. Jackson in Coach Carter. It's actually a really good movie. It's about him. It's a real story. It's actually it's actually based on a true story. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what I heard. It's directed by, I think, the guy's son, or the guy who this movie's based on. I think it's his son who directs this. I think. Could be wrong. I think it's his son. And Ashanti is in it, and she looks hotter than hot. It's a really good movie. Samuel Jackson plays a badass in this movie. He's just mean to these guys. He just hand it to them. Oh my God, he's good in that movie. Great movie. We got Denzel Washington, Clive Owen, and Jodie Foster in Inside Man. Haven't seen this yet. My dad loves it, and I haven't seen it yet. He loves this movie. Next, we've got Robin Williams and Maria Sorvino and Jim Caviezel in The Final Cut. Movie that I want to give a look real soon because that looks really cool too. Next, we've got The Boondock Saints 2 All Saints Day, which I've heard is a shitty sequel, but I bought the original and this at the exact same time at the same store and everything, so it's just what I did. We've got Cuba Gooding Jr. and Val Kilmer and Hardwired. It's a shame that Cuba Gooding Jr. doing all this shit now. It's a shame. He had it going for him. He just screwed it up. Somehow. I don't really know how, but he did. Gun with 50 Cent and Val Kilmer. It's a shitty straight-to-DVD film. Thanks for watching, guys. Check back for part 5 later. And if you have any questions about any movies you saw in this video, send me a comment or send me a private message. Thanks for watching. Bye. Subscribe.